Welcome back to my channel. It has been a couple months since I've kind of given you guys an update on our whole trying to conceive baby number 2. I feel like it's been long overdue. I actually, believe it or not, I had this filmed and ready to go. I filmed it around the same time that I filmed my toddler haul that was just up like 2 videos ago. I had it all in the same folder and I was making room in my computer and I just deleted it. But I'm actually kind of happy that it happened that way because it's given me another update to add into the update, which I think is very fitting and it's perfect. So here is the update video for our journey to trying to conceive our second baby. So last time I talked to you guys, actually, I think that Charles was with me and we were kind of just talking about where we were at on this journey and like how we both felt about it and like our thoughts on it and, you know, kind of the severity, I guess it would be. I don't even know if that's like the right word to use. We're trying to have our second child, but we're not at a point where we feel that we need professional assistance to conceive. And we both kind of discussed amongst ourselves that we were going to try naturally, or naturally the normal way, to have a baby for about a year. And if nothing happened at that year point, then we would go in and we would actually talk to somebody. So it's probably been 2.5, almost 3 months from the last video that I posted about where we were at with conceiving. And last video, obviously, no baby. I filmed the last 2 times that I took a pregnancy test. So here are those. It's that time of month where I needed to take another pregnancy test. And we're going to see right now. We're holding it down. We're going to see right now if at all possibility I might be pregnant. Okay. Not pregnant. Okay, so we're getting to leave for the day. And I figured before I start our day on my end, I'm gonna go take a pregnancy test. I don't really feel any different. I feel kind of just like a normal everyday, but something keeps like pushing me to go take one, so I'm just gonna go do it. Cool thing about this pregnancy test is that it goes really quick, and I am not pregnant. It needs to be 2 lines, one in the circle, one in the triangle, so So obviously no baby yet. The version of this that I filmed and I accidentally deleted, I'm very happy that I was able to refilm it because I want to kind of tell you about what has been going on with me over the last couple of weeks. I really thought this month I was pregnant. I'm not. I didn't take a pregnancy test because I ended up getting my period, but I want to explain to you why I thought this last month I really was pregnant. One of the biggest things that happened with me is that I started getting these like really crazy, like what I would consider pregnancy symptoms. One of the biggest things that I started experiencing was like an overwhelming nausea, and not just like nausea out of the blue, but like nausea to smells, random nausea. I wasn't actually physically getting sick, but like I just felt that feeling and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be sick. Like I could smell things that weren't necessarily right next to me. It was like I could see it almost off in the distance and I could smell it and it would like make me nauseous. And I actually started getting like my boobs were sore and I was really genuinely feeling different. Like I think this is it. This is gonna be crazy. Like how am I gonna hide this because I'm gonna be pregnant? And I ended up getting my period that night. I was trying to think about like why maybe I started experiencing these symptoms and like if there was like a reason behind it, or if maybe it was like a kind of like I so desperately wanted to be pregnant this time that maybe I subconsciously kind of made my body assume I was pregnant, which sounds a little bit crazy, but I know that that can happen sometimes. I did, over the past couple of weeks, I did go visit my best friend for her baby shower. And at the baby shower, it was so wonderful. It was so much fun. She was glowing. She was beautiful. It was like the best time ever. It was so amazing to see her in that state. It was so incredible to be able to have a baby shower for her, because for those of you that don't know, she has tried for so long to have a baby, and they've tried naturally, and then that wasn't working for them, so they actually had to seek out like fertility treatment, doing like IUIs and then IVF, and like this was just, it was so much, and it was going on for so long, and it was so much on her body and so much just in general, mentally and emotionally on her. They went through multiple IUIs, they went through multiple, I think it was like 3 IVF treatments, and after that 3rd IVF treatment, when it didn't work, they were like, we're just gonna take a break, and coincidentally they got pregnant like right after that, which was so amazing. So she is due very, very soon. I went to go and help with her baby shower and just to see her, and it was amazing. It was amazing. So my whole point to this is, while I was there, multiple of her friends were pregnant, and it was so strange, because I have never been like jealous of someone being pregnant. And when I was there, I started feeling this like, not a jealousy, it was not a jealousy, but I was just kind of like, I started feeling just different. Like I started feeling like more emotional about my journey and more overwhelmed with my journey and more frustrated with my journey. And I didn't realize how much it kind of was affecting me until that very point of like being there. I was not upset, and I would never be angry or jealous or like, mad that others were pregnant, but it was like such a weird, I didn't really realize how much this point in this whole journey for me was really getting to me, and how I was starting to feel a little hopeless, and how I was starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed. And then I came home and I noticed weird symptoms happening, and I'm like, this is strange. Like, I've had like kind of strange symptoms before, but this time feels so different, and they're so much more intense. They just felt so much more memorable in the sense of like how I felt with Remy when I found out that I was pregnant with Remy, that I was like, holy crap, like maybe I am pregnant. I'm just like kind of like putting my mind in this place that I'm not, and I am, because I'm getting all these symptoms. So when I got home, obviously didn't even have to get to the point of like taking a test, because I ended up getting my period. And it was strange, because this one, I think this is actually like the first real time of like getting my period in our whole like time of trying to conceive, where I've actually felt kind of angry and a little bit sad. And I have been the person that is like, throughout this entire thing, I've been like telling myself like, it's going to take time. Don't get frustrated. Don't compare yourself. Try not to get overwhelmed. Remember to have fun, and yada yada. And this was actually the first time where I felt really like, I was like mad, I was sad, and I was frustrated, and I was like kind of a lot of like negative emotions. I know that in the past I've felt kind of sad and upset, but I've always kind of remained positive. But this like past time, for some reason, and I have a weird feeling it has to do with the fact that like I was around so many pregnant people, but I felt really frustrated, and I felt really sad, and I felt really negative. I talked to Charles about it, and I was telling him kind of like what's been going on, and just, how this particular time was like a lot harder for me than I actually expected it to be. And it was great that we talked about it, because I think that we both kind of were on not different pages with where we wanted to be with trying to have a baby, but we were on different pages with how each other was feeling. I thought that he was like happy and gung ho, and he was cool, and he was like, whatever happens happens, and he thought the same with me. But we were like, yes, we are that, we're happy, we're gung ho, whatever happens happens, and we're going to be excited about it. But we also both felt sad and disappointed, and I thought that I would have felt guilty in that point, and I thought that he would have felt guilty in that point. But it was strange. Like, it was kind of a relief off the both of our backs that we both weren't hiding that side of us anymore, and we both were kind of like, it's okay to feel sad and frustrated. It's okay to be disappointed. And I think that it's just kind of like opened our eyes to how this journey is and where it might go and where it might not go. And it was so funny, coincidentally, I ended up, I had this company that kind of like reached out to me, and they're called Mozy Baby. Mozy Baby. Actually, let me go look. I'm gonna go grab it really quick. Yes, sorry about that. So this company named, this is not a promotion, but they're called Mozy Baby, and they were kind of like following my journey online, and they're like, we'd love to kind of send you just kind of a sample of, what they can provide. They sent me ovulation tests, they sent me pregnancy tests, and then they sent me some other stuff to help with the whole process of conceiving a baby. They offer so many different things, and they were like, do you need this? Do you need this? Do you need that? And I was like, no, I'm not at that point now where I need, or I've sought out professional help for trying to conceive. And it was just, one, that like conversation that I had with him was actually like really positive for me, in the sense of, I think I've been so nervous to want to do the ovulation test. And I think I said to you guys the last time, where I was like, we're not there yet. We don't want to have to do that. We don't have to put the pressure on it. So I've always had this like mindset of, if I go to the point of having to document and really like, figure out when I'm ovulating and all that jazz, that I'm just going to be putting so much more pressure on myself. I ended up realizing that I was just subconsciously just putting that pressure on myself, and that ovulation strips and things of that sorts isn't meant to be something that puts pressure on me. It's more something that's meant to, if anything, ease my mind. So I had, Tara and I had told ourselves like we weren't going to get to that point until a year, but after this last time, after the way that I felt with not being pregnant, I started feeling really sad, and not depressed, but just sad and frustrated. We both kind of decided like it's such a strange thing, but maybe this is like the universe's way of saying like, don't be afraid to take other steps to maybe make this process a little bit less stressful for you and a little bit more enjoyable for you. So I have to say thank you to Mozy for like sending all the things that they did. Mozy Baby, we're starting to use the ovulation strips after this period is over. We're going to start using ovulation strips, and we're going to start kind of documenting that a little bit more for ourselves to make this, we can still make it fun, but we're still to probably just take a little bit of a load off of us. If you guys don't know this, Charles and I also film on our daily channel, and I think that maybe the stress of all of this has kind of maybe rubbed off a little bit in our daily channel, and we've been a little bit stressed out with it, and we've been a little bit sad with it. Not that it's completely time consuming and like overwhelming, but it's just been different, since our first baby. And we're still very hopeful. We're not giving up, and we're gonna see where it goes from there. But as of now, I am not pregnant. We've decided to go earlier with taking the necessary steps to make this a little bit more enjoyable and a little bit easier on ourselves, a little bit less stressful on ourselves. But that is the update that I have for you. I really hope the next time I give you an update, it will be an update that we're hoping for. And if it's not, I'm still going to be very honest with you about where we're at and what we've been going through and what we decided and not decided and all the above. One thing I have decided though, so that I'm not like consuming my mind too much with these little trying to conceive updates, is the next video that I'm going to be putting out is actually something that's just for me. I have to thank Charles for it, but I kind of did. Over the past like 2 months, 3 months, I have done a little bit of a shopping spree for myself. Not crazy, honestly not crazy, but I wanted to some of my favorite items that I've picked up for myself as a woman, as a mother, as an individual, that make me feel good. Clothes that make me feel really good about myself. And it's going to be coming out next week, so stay tuned. Thank you guys as always. I promise I'm good. Everything is good. We're happy over here. I'm glad that I can give you this more updated version of this update than what I had filmed before. And I just want to continue to send like positive vibes out there to all of the ladies and families that are trying to conceive. You guys, I'm holding your hand in this, and I know I understand your frustrations. I might not know it to the extent of what you're going through, but we've got this. We're all here for each other, and I'm so hopeful for you with whatever the outcome is. All right, guys, I will see you next time, and yes.